Hey, everyone. I'm kind of glad I can't see you all super well because I'm a little nervous. I did not get to participate in the what would you let go of game. I would let go of, like, the nerves. So there we go. I feel good now. Rock on. By show of hands that I can kind of see, who out there considers themselves a planner? Okay, judging by the speed at which some of you raised your hand, I think it is safe to say we have some people in this room that I call super planners. Meaning, rarely you have a day that goes by where your calendar is not book solid and very likely color-coded. I feel you. Or maybe you write the important stuff down and you're that perfect combination of organized but flexible. Or maybe you're a free spirit and you're cool winging it, and I admire you. Me, because you asked, I'm trained and educated as a scientist, so I am somewhat of a linear thinker. Just ask my partner, Aaron, he will confirm that. I like process, I like sequence, I love a good formula. So it feels really good to have a plan. I like a solid plan. But so often it is the circumstances outside of our plan that ultimately shape us. There was nothing in my calendar or my planner almost exactly 20 years ago. And crying is not in the plan either, FYI. Almost 20 years ago, that could have remotely blocked off sufficient time for me to recover from the loss of my only grandfather, my father, and my youngest brother. All unexpectedly, all in separate events, and all within 18 months of each other. I was close to all of them. They were all part of my life, and in 18 months, they were gone. It was by far the most traumatic chain of events in my life up to that point, especially the loss of my little brother. There is nothing in the world that prepares you for that. You know, that kid that you somehow felt you helped raise? No. You just get through it, and you learn a hell of a lot about yourself along the way. Looking back, there's days and weeks, and honestly, probably months, that are not available to me in my memory of that time. And I know now it's because I was just surviving, like, the days, right? There's no plan for that. I was early in my career as a young professional, this time when you're supposed to be, like, crushing this career path plan thing, not surviving your circumstances. I had just finished graduate school. I'd gone back for an MBA in international business. I'd finished right around the time all of this family stuff took a turn, if you will. I had gone back for an MBA in international business because I wanted to be a force in the global food industry, and I was going to do it by the time I was 30. So what the hell do you do? The only thing I knew, just head down, double down, and get back to some sort of a plan. So I poured my soul into my career, which is and has been incredible. 20 plus years working for multinationals. I have traveled the world. I have turned colleagues and clients into friends. I even got a sister-in-law out of the deal. Totally serious, totally serious. I have worked with the most well-known food and beverage brands in the world intimately, and I feel incredibly blessed. I mean, I work my ass off, don't get me wrong, but I look back still and I think, oh my gosh, I did that. But somehow, in the midst of working this incredible career, what snuck up on me unexpectedly was that I became my career. It became my identity and my worth. Yes, I was still a daughter, a sister, a friend, an aunt, a partner, like all roles that I love and take very lovingly. But somehow, like the financial success, the job titles, the hotel status, the American Airlines Executive Platinum, blah, 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 blah. I know my people are out there, I know. It sounds fucking crazy, but they became my life. And look, I was not doing any of this for bragging rights or prestige or anything like that. So I would be lying if I said I did not enjoy, honestly, much of what that had to offer. But somehow, like, I got lost in it all. Cash and prizes, awesome, bring it on. But like, where the hello is Carrie in all this? So, as the universe does, when one has their head proverbially up their own, the universe does for one what one cannot or will not do for oneself. Far more eloquently stated, Rebecca said to me in a podcast that we recorded together just a few months ago, she said, when the world wants what you've got to serve one another as humans, it will orchestrate the pieces of your puzzle to get you there, whether you like it or not. So, insert next unplanned circumstance. The company that I had joined in early 2023 began laying people off less than 18 months into my time there. And I was on the thank you so much for your service, but peace out, lady list. So for the first time in, 20 years, no plan. Now, we've established who we're talking about, right? I like a plan. So was I rattled? Yeah, 100%. But what surprised me was that almost immediately, I began to feel at peace, meaning almost immediately a sense of relief. So this circumstance that was 100%, I assure you, not in Carrie's grand plan, ultimately freed me. Those of you out there who know me, I have a small cheering section. I heard you. Thank you. Thank you. You, specifically you, have heard me say, for what, a few years, guys? Like that I have not been feeling incredibly inspired, that I perhaps have been troubled by my role in the food industry, what I know to be true about the food industry, who I am, what I value, and where I got my paycheck. They weren't aligned. What I did not see and needed arguably above all was that I could trust myself. I could trust myself to step off of that ladder that I was climbing, to trust my incredible intuition in my ability to inspire and connect others, because I have everything I need to create a life that is meaningful and impactful, but most of all, mine. So I've obviously had a bit of time to reflect as of late. I realized I was living this kind of twisted version of success. And the formula for that success, because I still like a formula, the formula is something high level, like head down, work harder than the people around you, say yes to shit you don't actually want to do, as long as it bumps you up a rung or two on that proverbial ladder, right? Because I thought by following that formula for success, it would keep me safe. Safe from any more unplanned circumstances or surprises, safe because I had a very comfortable paycheck and benefits and stability. I believed that if I controlled everything, all the pieces on the chessboard, if you will, that everything would be okay. I would be okay. I was not believing in my own fire and my own talent, and I was allowing somebody else, a company, to tell me who I was, and even worse, what I was worth. This story is very much still unfolding, like on the daily. I have formed 2 companies, one of which is a partnership with an incredible person who I happen to pick up along the way as an ex-colleague, right? The gift that keeps on giving. I am connecting with passionate and fascinating people who, like me, want to make an impact. We want to change the narrative on human health, nutrition, and business strategy. I am choosing to work with individuals and organizations who just have a vested interest in doing it better. And some of those people are with me in this room tonight. For you, I am so grateful. So, to that plan, do I have one? Kind of, sort of. But I consider it more, I don't know, a guide, a handful of maybe mildly useful suggestions, hopefully useful suggestions, but nothing more than that, because these three things I now know to be true. Number one, we as humans, our body, our mind, our spirit, we are innately wise when we have the courage to trust ourselves. Number two, we can survive absolutely anything. And number three, we must always remain true to who we are, because if we are not careful, we can plan our way out of a miraculous and beautiful life. That's it. Thank you.